Happy Friday, TGIF, and all of that, and more. This has been a week from whatever. And I meant to stream this morning. Then I even said it in yesterday's stream, and then I used the prerogative to change my mind because Mom's procedure was to be at 9 a.m. and I thought if they call and I'm streaming, I'm going to have a repeat of what happened the other day. So I decided to just chill today, do my plying, got the CVM entirely plied, weighed, and I have my sweater weight, but I will have to do some pretty pictures somehow, to post it. But yay, it's done. So I watched 2 stages of the tour and I plied and I waited for the phone to ring and it never rang. So I was like, oh, now I'm still on pins and needles, and I do have a direct way to call Mom's room, and I called and there was no answer. So about 4 o'clock, I finally got a hold of her nurse, and she said everything's fine, Mom's doing good, and that probably she didn't answer the phone because she's sleeping. The last time she looked in the room, she was sleeping. So I decided to go ahead and stream now because I have a feeling that later on I'm going to be trying to call Mom and probably will be talking quite a while, and let's just get this done with, right? Let's just get this over and done with. Besides, I want the tour over and done with. I'm ready. But I get to spin color today, and I'm so excited about it. And when I have a few viewers, I will show off and talk about what I have completed so far. So right now, what I'm going to do is some stuff on the Nano. First of all, look at that fiber. It's 100% mulberry silk, dyed by a dyer who no longer unfortunately dyes, but was excellent when she did. Her business name was Natural Obsessions. This is just like liquid softness. I mean, it is just so soft. So as you can see, I've already spun some, and none of this would apply to the tour, and so I need to do a little bit of calculations. I know that I started with 4 ounces of the fiber. I am going to weigh these bobbins to see if they're close in weight. If they're close in weight, I'm going to take the weight of this purple bobbin and include it with this, right, for the calculation, and then I'm going to weigh what I have left, because I really want to split this onto 2 bobbins. I don't know if I'll have to do more than the 2 bobbins, or if I'll get half of it, 2 ounces on there. It is spinning super, super thin, but I don't really want to take this off. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I've got my scale. Let's start with what do I have left, which should be what's on the bobbin. So I started with 4 ounces. I bet it doesn't weigh much more than... Oh, I'm in grams because I was doing the sweater study. Let me move that. Oh, well, now I hit the wrong button. Let me get in ounces here. Of course, I just went by it. There we go. Ounces. 2.96 looks like 3 ounces to me. I'm going to call it 3 ounces left. So I would say there's 1 ounce on bobbin. Now I could weigh this, but I'll be real honest with you. I don't want to take it off. I don't want to take it off right now. So let's just see how much difference there is. The green bobbin is green empty is 0.780. Wonder how accurate these are. Oh my gosh, the other purple is 0.780. I am calling that my bobbin. is, so I have 1.78 ounces starting 7/16/21. When I do take that off and weigh it, I'll know what to do. I feel very comfortable with that calculation. I think that's adequate. Now what I do also want to do is go ahead and weigh off an ounce here. So I can put that on, if it'll fit on the Nano. This sure feels heavier than 3 ounces. Oh, okay, that's a half ounce. I think I weighed out an ounce before. That's why there is an ounce on there. And then I got this right before Turtlefleece started, and so I just didn't spin on it. Yeah, that's 1.02. Close enough. I'm going to count that. Okay. Hang on a minute. I have this plastic bag to keep the silk from... It just goes everywhere if you don't do that. Okay. Alright, now all I have to do is draft it. Takes a lot of drafting. It wants to stick to everything. Alright, Nano is in there pretty good, I think. That camera is so wonky. It's just like crappy color. It's pretty good on the orange, but everything looks like it's underwater or something. This is my reward spin for getting the sweater spin done. Alright, let's see if this is enough. Oops. My on switch is the other way. I am spinning on the battery because I haven't used it for a while, and I think I want to run it completely down and then recharge it. So I thought I would go ahead and there we go. I thought it'd be good for the battery since I haven't used it for a month to completely deplete it. We'll see if I can do that. We'll see how long it lasts. You know, after spinning all of that wool, I mean the whole tour, I only spun wool. I only spun breed specific 100% wool. I didn't have a bit of glitz. I didn't have a bit of dye. It was all 100% natural wool colors. And I did that because that's what I have so much of, right, in my stash. Because I buy fleeces. I could have done like JK Knits For You did by dyeing her SESE passport fibers, but I decided that most of mine, that in the Bullwinkle Rambouillet was the only two whites I had, and I decided that those would stay white unless I decide to dye the yarn later. The whole reason for the Rambouillet staying white is because I don't know exactly what direction I'm going with the rest of the fleece, except to dye it. And then it's just way easier. The way the Arizona Tunis is in a pull-out format for the fiber, it's just, you'd have to pull it all out, tie it off and everything to dye it, and I prefer not to do that. I prefer just to go ahead and work with it white and dye the yarn if I want to dye it. It's way different if you have a fleece that you can throw into the dye pot. You know, it's way different if you've got roving or top. I don't dye top much. Top is a commercial top I can dye. I have dyed that, but not my homemade top. Am I getting enough twist? I think I could use a little bit more. I think I went the wrong way when I moved. Oh, I bet you this guide got moved when I put it in the box. Alright, I really don't want to spin silk woolen, so quit that. Unfortunately, the twist ran down in there. I'm going to get a thick spot. And I understand it's a crazy time Friday evening, so if I don't get any viewers, I'm not going to do the final show off. I'll re-show the fibers, yarns for Turtle Fleece and talk about everything on Sunday anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. But I will talk about oh man, there, I'm going to take that out. What a black spot. Okay. I don't have any grease on me. That is just a dye dump. Let's see what happens if I... Oh, well. You know, it kind of disappears. Really. Okay. I'll use it. I've never seen that before. But I think that's what it was. I think it was where a lot of dye just hit. Oh, there it is. It's still there. All right, I'm going to take that out. It's a little bit further down, too. Sometimes when the dye settles at the bottom of the pot and your fiber sinks and hits the bottom of the pot, I've had that happen. You get spots, or, you know, you get very not your color that you're dyeing areas in little bits on your... It's kind of like the dye was sprinkled on there. But what happened is it was in the pot of water and it landed down on the dye. So that's probably what this was. The orange dye so intense that it ended up looking black. Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, as far as Tour de Fleece, I ended up just focusing on Team Twitch. I joined several Ravelry teams and it just never happened. I never got there. I never posted there. I most certainly didn't take the time to read any of the chat. So that was unusual for me because it used to be that I was very focused on the Ravelry groups and I went back to the same teams. Like Sock Madness team. I was very active last year. Didn't do anything this year. I joined it, but I didn't do anything. And so, you know, I may, when I take a post picture, a group shot of everything, I may post it there and say, gee, this is what happened. I'm, you know, sorry about that. But I did keep you in mind. So that meant I just really was on Discord. And of course I kept up with the other Discord threads that I read, but it was almost all about Team Twitch. And who was streaming and watching streams and that sort of thing. So that was different for me this year. Streaming every day was different because Tour de Fleece last year was the first year I had been streaming and I had just started. So I was not at the point of being able to give up that amount of time last year. I'm getting a few little crinkles like it's over twisting. It's not too bad. So that means all of my goals, or not all but one of my goals, were goals that Team Twitch had set. And the one that they had not set, that I had set for myself, was to stream every day during the tour that they ran. I didn't stream on the rest days. And I have done that, and I will do that because I just have to stream tomorrow and Sunday. I stream normally Sunday afternoons anyway, so no problem with that. So I will have met that goal, although I have 2 more days. But I missed, and you may have seen that if you're on the Twitch, you may have seen my post. I missed posting what I spun yesterday. I was so wrapped up in mom in the hospital, mom going to have her procedure, and talking to her a number of times during the day. I reached the end of the day and I went to bed and never once thought about it. And I thought about it when I woke up this morning. Don't you hate it when that happens? It's like, oh no, right? Turn the clock back. Turn the clock back. I want a redo. So anyway, I did spin, but I can't qualify for a prize because I didn't post in time. I want to do a little sidebar talk here, comments about long distance caregiving in general. It is what is happening with me and my mother. Me helping her with what she needs and taking care of what she needs, because she is about 16 hours away from me in the United States, but still, it's a 16-hour drive. I could fly there quicker, but I don't like to fly, so I could get there quick if I have to, and I will, but if I need to, but I prefer to avoid that. Well, what that means is a lot of conversation between her and me about, you need me to come down, Mom? Do you need me? Do you need me? Right? And there's ways of helping her where I don't have to physically be there by talking to her every day, helping her make the decisions she needs to make, ordering things through Amazon and sending it to her house, that is going to help her out. Now, she has a caregiver that comes to her house a number of times a day. Happens to live very close, and up till now she's been making sure Mom gets 3 meals, cooking for her. So she has a caregiver that is there personally and doesn't need me for that. But that is so hard when it's fine under normal circumstances, but it is so hard when there is problems like medical issues and that sort of thing. Because then all of a sudden I was like, oh man, I just really need to be down there. I really do. I just need to be down there. And she'll say, no, not yet, that sort of thing. And it's kind of frustrating when that happens. Having to try and make that decision over the phone. Well, this is one of those cases. And I am avoiding going down because, to be real honest with you, the hospital really isn't happy about people coming in. And in this day and age of infectious disease and COVID and things like that, they'd prefer you didn't come in. They're not real happy. She's going to go to rehab after she gets out of the hospital. Well, that's just the same thing. It's she'll stay there. It's a rehab where she stays, but they don't like visitors to come in this day and age. So it has been stressful to help her try to make those decisions and also have my concern satisfied that she's okay, right? That she's okay. So yeah, this is COVID, right? This is where I could, oh, you know what? This is not pulling in. That's why it's twisting up so bad. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? All right, I'm going to take some of this off here. I just got a snarl. And I don't need more stress. Let's see what's going on here. All right, it's snarled up right there. That's good. Right there's good. Boy, I hate to waste this silk. But what is going on with the feed-in? I think maybe that might be it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Boy, I don't like to go backwards. I can see why people don't want to move the slide bar on this very much. I can see that. Anyway, this is not, oh, I can't just make myself get in the car and go down. You know, that's not it at all. It's the fact that I know if I'm down there, about all I would be doing is taking care of her house, which the neighbor can do, because there is probably difficulty in spending any amount of time with her when she's in rehab. Hospital's a little different. You can sit there all day if you eventually get cleared to be with the patient. But the rehab, she's going to be busy. So it is a matter of saying, Mom, what you need, and having good conversation. You know, being able to communicate, good communication between whoever you're trying to do long distance caregiving for. All right, we'll see if this will behave a little better. I need it to feed in. It's still not pulling in. Not well. Come on, there it goes. I think I need to draft it a little bit. Pre-draft it a little bit more too. Doing pretty good now. How's it look on there? Yeah. I think I'll just be quiet and spin. Soothe my nerves a little bit. Anyway, one of the things in the hospital is it's impossible to sleep. And because they gave Mom general anesthetic, she was back in the room and she was sleeping. And that's why I didn't call her. Couldn't really talk to her yet and want to be able to call and talk to her later on. So that's why I'm streaming now. You don't care about that. You just want to watch it. Okay, don't get the other end in there. There we go. Come on. Oh my goodness. This is scrumptious. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this, but one, there's not going to be a lot of it. I mean, there might be a lot of yardage, but it just needs to be something wonderful. So my goal here is to get the 2 ounces on here, this stream, which is 1 more ounce. I have 1 ounce here. And be able to take a picture of that and post that for today's spinning, as well as I applied 3 skeins of the dark CVM today. That's why it's done. It is all done. I am not happy with the fact that you're supposed to have, according to the sweater spin rules, a picture of the fiber pre-spinning. I do have that, but I didn't. It says with weight, and I didn't take a picture of it on the scale. I have a picture of the fiber. I have a notebook that has the weight written down because I did weigh the fiber ahead of time. I wanted to know what my goal was for how many ounces I was going to spin for the tour. So I have that on the notebook. So they're going to get a picture of this notebook page and a picture of the bats in brown paper bags, because that's the best I can do. Ooh, that spins so nice when it spins nice. It just, oh my goodness, my goodness. I should check the control card, but I don't want to stop. And I'm going to run out of fiber, so I'm going to have to stop. I always go the wrong way with that switch. Now, let's move that over a little bit. Oh, I need some lemonade. I have lemonade today. Boy, is it hot. Oh, dog days of summer. That usually is August for us. But lemonade tastes so good to me in the summer. Good tart lemonade. You know, I really don't consider that pretzel. You're really that. I don't consider that chill. I have a lot of discussions with pretzels. Not really, but I give my opinions about things they do. This isn't splitting well. It wants to go in about 4 different pieces here. There we go. I have to say this is probably the first orange I have spun that I'm in love with. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's the gold tones, the gold that blends with it and mutes it. But in all honesty, I think I like this. There's so much red to it. It's coppery, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not real fond of orange usually, but I like this one. Maybe it's the shine from the silk. I would love a dress like this color. It has stormed, rained off and on today. So, hubby couldn't mow. He spent the entire day sitting on the porch putting a brand new grill together. We ordered it through Home Depot, which is a home store here. They delivered it to the house for free, which was pretty awesome. But let me tell you, it was a complicated process to put that together. It's big. It's a big grill. It's a charcoal grill, not a gas grill. So he's all excited about that. He has needed he's the griller, right? I can, but it usually falls into his domain to do the grill. Gives me a break from cooking. But anyway, he's all excited about his new grill. I'm thinking we're going to go out to eat tomorrow night. We'll see. Kind of in the mood for Mexican. I'll make it at home, but I don't know. I won't go out to eat. Alright. Stop a minute. Get the control card. I bet you it's 40. Yep. I can call it 36. I'm not... Oh. Now that is silly. It just hooked on the clip thing. Right there. Phew. I don't know if I'm going to know how to spin wool on this because it's just the sliding motion seems so essential for the light pull-in of this nano. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to spin wool on it. What I need to do after I get this spun is try some commercial prep wool next. See how fine I can spin that. I'd be really excited if I could get some thin wool to make a shawl with. That would be really exciting. probably be spinning on this the next 3 days. Unless I decide to do something small and do it on the Roberta that I could finish. I have to think about that. I might do that. What I really need to look at is if there's anything I need for the state fair. I don't think there is, unless it's a dyed... Let's see, I've got a dyed blend, a dyed 100%. I might need that. I got a natural, I got a dyed blend, I've got... Let's see other categories. I've got them written down. I'll have to take a look at that. That might help me decide something I need to do. I have a... What was that? I have a bug. It flew right in my hair. I wonder what it was. Oh, every time I stop on this, the twist runs down into the... I don't like that. Okay. That just ended up... now, not right. That's too bad. That wastes a lot of fiber when that happens. Unfortunately, when I do this, this orange is crocking off to my fingers. So it is definitely gonna bleed probably when it gets washed, unfortunately. All I'm doing is trying to run some of the twist down into the fiber, further down the fiber supply. See if I can save some of this fiber. Doesn't want to go very well, but it is going. Mage, welcome. I'll wait till you guys get past the ad. Raid! Well, Lunacy Dreams, thank you for the follow. I thought you already were, but I appreciate you following. Thank you. Welcome, waiters. Welcome, Fiber Mage. Thanks for stopping by. I agree. I think sometimes that happens, and you were, and Twitch just, you know, forgot about it. Mage Rage and all the colored hearts. Thank you. How was your stream? What were you spinning? Hi, Veggie. I'm spinning color. Those of you who have caught my stream over the last Tour de Fleece 3 weeks know that there has been very, very, very little color on this camera. So enjoy. This is my bonus spin because I have the sweater spin all done. I have everything plied and everything is all done. As far as my goal, everything's done. The only thing I have to do is post it. So, hi all crafty, welcome. Spinning some self-striping yarn and getting a little bit too passionate about healthcare. Uh-oh. I've been talking about my mom because she's in the hospital. So, yeah, there seems to have been some of that discussion here too earlier. Been on my mind a lot. Self-striping yarn sounds fun. That sounds real fun. I realized when I got this out and said, oh, I need color, I'm going to spin this because I'm all done, that absolutely every single fiber I spun for this Tour de Fleece was natural color wool. I didn't spin a blend. I didn't spin anything but wool, and it all was natural colored. So it's no wonder I'm tired of it. It's very potato chippy now. I love that. Okay, no, Doritos. I'm sorry, Doritos. That's exactly what it looks like. In fact, it's crocking on my fingers, so it is like Doritos. Simbi, I have, go ahead. Hopefully I have answers. I don't know. We'll see. Oh no, she says. Or Cheetos. Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking. But Doritos do it too, don't they? Yeah. But you're right. I think I was thinking of Cheetos. Uh-oh. It's not pulling in again. What are you stuck on? Oh, come on. Let's get back to not kinky here. All right. So do you not like the end of the bobbin? Is that what your problem is? Do I knit as well? Yes, I do. I spin almost all the time, but on stream I spin. Once in a while I knit with hand spun. But I knit with commercial yarn too, especially sock yarn. I buy a lot of sock yarn. Alright, this is just not happy. I have a snarl, and I'm trying desperately not to waste any of this silk. But it is knotted on there. So hand spun is the best. Yes. Well, you know, I just happen to like it, but sometimes it's not the easiest to knit with, depending on what you want to make, because you might not get gauge. Might not have the same wraps per inch going all through what was spun. You know, it can, there are variables, way more variables than commercial yarn, but it feels so good to knit with that. It feels so good in your hands. We're not biased or anything. Okay, Zimby, that's fine. We'll be here. I'm going to be here. I'm trying to put another ounce on this bobbin. I have no idea if it's going to actually fit. It is these two little bumps. So, but I'm also really spinning slow. I'm taking my time, and I have to do a lot of pre-drafting before I spin, so it's a slow spin, which is nice when it's really, really, really nice fiber and it don't go away right away, right? Okay, that's right. Thank you for the raid, Fire Mage. Welcome everybody again, and pop back in. And if I disappear without saying goodbye, it's because the internet went. Has this not been the stormiest summer ever? We have had rains and storm every single day. Except yesterday we didn't have it. But it just has been non-stop. I have very fond memories of playing games with my parents. They, of course, were not computer games. I assumed that she would mean a computer game. That's just the day and age that we live in now, right? That you assume that she's meant a computer game. But ours, Mom and Dad and I, and the best friends that had children my age that would come over, for an evening visit, we played board games. And I'm still very fond of board games. And there's a lot of people that are. I mean, it's not just Magic or Dungeons and Dragons. Mom and Dad played a lot of euchre. That's a card game, if you're not familiar with it. As a foursome with the other couple. What's everybody working on? Are you spinning? Are you working on a Tour de Fleece goal? Or have you reached your goals? I have a lot of board games, but Hubby and I used to play some. Then he lost a lot of his vision, so he's just not comfortable playing them anymore. But I don't have my grandson is not that interested in board games. He is a child of the age with the computer games. Board games are too boring. Zimmy says, I'm knitting a cardigan. Nearly finished as well. Oh, yay. I have been knitting little things. And they're in Christmas colors. Because they're just little things that I want to give. Been working on people call them mug rugs now, but the actual pattern calls it a coaster. That is really interesting way to knit because it's all short rows. You think of a square coaster and you just, start one side, knit to the other side, and it's not that way. There are triangles of different colors, and those triangles are created by changing color and doing the pattern, which are short row patterns. It took me a while to figure it out. I was like going by faith with the pattern because I could not, in my mind, make it seem like it was going to work. But it works. It's really cool, and I don't have it finished yet. So I didn't bring it in to the stream room, but I will probably have it and show it tomorrow or Sunday, depending. And it's pretty quick once you figure it out. It's pretty quick to make. So 2 of the yarns are hand spun, a red and a green, and the third color is a commercial white, and I used it because it's Christmas and it looks like snow. It's got sparkles in it. I'm happy with it. Hi, Knitter Girl. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I have lemonade, but it's almost gone. I'm at the bottom of it. Thank you, Knitter Girl. Appreciate the follow. I am spinning 100% silk. You know, when you stream every day, I forget what day of the week it is. Of course, I forget because I don't work. I'm retired and I forget what day of the week it is. So I forgot it. It's Friday night. What's everybody doing for the weekend? I'm going to be doing exactly what I've been doing all week, which is streaming and spinning and housework. We may go out to eat tomorrow. Knitting and chilling today. Yes, Knitter Girl says. As soon as I finish this little piece here, and it's not that little, it's kind of long, but it won't take long, I'll show you some of my skeins from my Tour de Fleece. Spinning Zombie Guts, dyed by Fiber Mage. It's Targhee Wool Blend. Ooh. I need to see that color, because I've heard you talking about it. I don't have a sweater going at the moment. I have a vest that is pullover, so it's not like your typical vests that are open with a button band. Its pattern is unraveling, and it's called Smoke. It's a lace, and I'm doing it in a yarn that needs, it can't be next to the skin. It's for a specific purpose. The Shave 'em to Save 'em Passport Project. So anyway, the yarn is a little rough, so have to wear it over a turtleneck or something like that. But it's going to show the lace off really good when I do that. Oh, Zimby, thank you for the follow. You guys, I'm getting really close to my 200 goal for my 1 year anniversary. That's really great. I'm excited. Oh, I just realized my event list isn't showing. I'm having some trouble with this. Let's see. Yep, there it is. I don't know why that isn't showing up automatically. It's supposed to. Okay. Oh, let me turn the battery off. Oh, I'm not spinning. Here we go. Alright, hopefully I don't knock that off. Maybe I can put it up here. I love this Nano. You can just put it anywhere. Alright, the very first goal I had for the Turtle Fleece was to do 2 of the Shave 'em to Save 'em. It is Passport. Maybe I need to talk about that a little bit. Those of you who've heard this over and over, sorry. It would be on the bottom. Remember, I said everything's what is natural colored. Okay, so Shave 'em to Save 'em is livestock conservancy program to have the breeds that are endangered raised and to promote the use of their fiber. And they did this by taking each of the breeds that are in that situation and putting it in a passport. You buy it from a person who is registered with the Livestock Conservancy as being a breeder of the thing. And when you buy your fiber, you get a sticker, and so you put your sticker in your passport. And with every 5 that you complete, you get, if you go to Livestock Conservancy and turn pictures in, you get a little prize. It's little stuff like project bags and wool wash and things like that. So one of my first of 3 goals for the tour was to spin 2 breeds for that. I got the wrong one here. There we go. So this breed is called Clune Forest, and it's 4 ounces. This is 8 ounces. You have to spin at least 4, and it's very bulky, squishy. It's pretty soft too, really. I could wear this as a sweater. I don't have enough because I only have this 8 ounces, but that was one of the breeds that I've completed, and now I'll submit. Right? How much is this? It's a 2-ply, of course. It's very puffy yarn. It's not merino based genetics, but it's still very puffy. And I have 234 yards in this 2 skeins. It's very cool to study the different breeds. It really is. There are 21 breeds in all. Some are really, really, really coarse, like goat hair. So, you know, it's frustrating to find something to do with it. But some is like this. It's a meat sheep but it has a good fleece, and it should be raised because it could be raised for both if there was a market for the fleece. So it's a good program. The second breed that I wanted to do is known as Caracol. And remember, this is natural color. Okay. This is a single, and the Caracol had these very long locks. And so what I did was catch the end of the locks just every now and then in the yarn and made what's called a tail spun yarn. I'm having a hard time getting it in the camera. Let me see if I can back it up here a little bit. I'm trying to get it really good and close though. This one is better. See the locks? So I have steamed this, and this was the entire 4 ounces. And this is what I'm going to submit. I am going to carefully take it off and put it in a skein, but I'm going to take a picture of it this way too to present it. And what you do is you just knit along, and when you hit a lock, you flip it to the right side of the project and then continue on knitting. There's more locks on this side. It kind of looks like fur. It is brownish red and some deep black and cream color. I mean, the colors were amazing for a fleece. It is reasonably soft. Again, if I would just have the single yarn like this, I would be, that looks very gray on there, and it's not gray. I don't know if this is gonna be a better camera. No, it's too dark up there. Too dark up there, sorry. Anyway, if I just had this, it would knit up nice into mittens, into a hat or whatever, but it's not sweater soft, right? And plus, if I'm going to use this tail spun yarn, I'm going to use it as a trim on something, or just an accent, or weave with it and make a wall hanging. It is a very, very special type of yarn is what it is. But I saw those locks and I was like, I have to do that. I have to keep those locks. I don't want to just spin them away. It's really different, isn't it? Really different. So those were my 2 shave them to save them goals, and I got them done. My second goal was to spin a sweater amount for the Twitch team. It was by weight though, not yardage, and the weight was 500 grams. I spun 670 maybe grams of fiber. I don't remember the exact number. I have it, but I don't remember it. But I used a wool called CVM. And this is a joke on those that watch the stream all the time, because I have been spinning this for the last 3 weeks, really. And I have 2 colors. Remember I said this is natural color. It's kind of a gray-brown. So I have a light and a dark. I'm going to put this down here right now. I bought this as a fleece, and when I bought it, this is the way the fleece looked. It was these locks like this. Some white, some brown, some gray. And after I washed it, and these are washed, I did it on the drum carder, made a bat, a bunch of bats, made 15 bats in fact. Well, no, 21 with the light gray. So it's super soft, it's super squishy. It is not merino genetics, but it is again a breed of sheep that is raised here in the Americans in America that is on the endangered or threatened list because not enough breeders are breeding it because they don't have the market for the wool. And that was where all of this program was ending up. So these will eventually get knit into a sweater, these two colors. And that camera loves that color. It's real good with that. So that was my second goal, and I got it done. I met the grams requirement. I did spin a white Rambouillet for no reason other than that was another thing I had fiber I had pulled out to spin, and I got that spun. So that was my goal for spinning for the tour, and I met it. And I spun every day. I streamed every day. And now I'm ready to do some knitting. The Olympics are coming on, and I am going to knit during the Olympics. I'm not going to spin. I need a break from it. Where do I put my fiber? All right, gonna stretch. It's been an hour. It's been more than an hour. Looks like, what time is it? It's only 6. After the tour is over, which is Sunday, I will not be streaming every day. I'll go back to my regular schedule programming, which is usually Wednesday evenings. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so that's right now it's 6 p.m. my time. You can look at your clock and see, but if you're not in the same time zone. But Wednesday evenings usually 7 to 9, and Friday is usually in the morning. A lot of times I knit on Fridays. Just depends. Sometimes I teach a certain technique or something that I'm trying out, not knitting with spinning. And then I always have a just spin and chat on Sunday afternoons, 3 to 5. Those are my regular times, and that's on my, oops, turn this on. That's on my page on Twitch. Oh, it's bedtime for you. I know I have a number of viewers that catch me earlier in the day, you know, like the afternoon or morning, that are over there and in Denmark, and so that's, I know you have a big time difference. This is the way my streams usually are. Just listen to the music and the spinning wheel. A lot of people use it as background while they're working or whatever. Your sleep patterns off. Do you work you know, a shift that you're normally working this time? Because when I used to work, sometimes I worked third shift, which would start at 9 or 9:30 at night and get done at when first shift got in, whatever that 8 hours was. But anyway, that would always throw me off. I also worked a night shift that I worked 12 hours. But only 3 days. That was pretty nice, but oh, those 12 hours were hard. I am in my normal sleep pattern of being a very, very early riser. I'm usually up by 5 a.m. So I'm not a night person. You did lose your job. Oh dear. Yeah. I'll tell you, Twitch has really become a grounder friendship for me, where, you know, communication with other people, and that's talking to somebody besides my husband and all of that, because through all those long months, you don't see anybody. I don't go anywhere. It's a little more open over here in the United States right now, but we're still not very socially active yet. Oh, I didn't realize that it was still really that strong in UK with the lockdown. I think the U.S. is going to regret ending the lockdown so early with the variant. Which is why hubby and I aren't doing that much. Yeah. See, I mean, they've been quote unquote doing it slow, where they, but restaurants have been open for a long time at 50%, and then 75%. Now they're 100%. Um, the sporting events are pretty much back to full capacity. They just, I don't know. I think they probably opened everything up too quick, but that's the way U.S. rolls. We're such youngins, historically. When you say you feel that for the UK, you feel that they're opening too quick? Is that what you're... I think that's what you're implying. And I noticed that there's a real hesitancy among the younger, your age, that generation and all that, about getting things going and going back to work and all of that, because of you have just so much life ahead of you that you don't want to spend it with leftover COVID stuff. I understand that. I'm not saying that's a reason to go ahead and open everything up because everybody's older. I'm just saying that I think that's where that difference in attitude comes. And I'm trying not to get... I can't get this silk off my fingers. It won't come off. There we go. I'm trying not to get political or opinionated on this in any way, shape, or form. Sawbear, Crafty Gal, I have raid, no emojis, and KB Fiber suggested you as a raid. Well, welcome. So, I totally missed that. Your first raid. Oh, how cool. So, what do you stream? Is it in the crafting? And I don't care if it's in gaming or whatever. I'm just curious. Veggie shouted raid. Yeah, Veggie, I missed it. I looked down, and hello, Mass Bandit. I missed you coming in too. Welcome. You're just in from work and saw you and stopped by. Well, it's wonderful that we have had 2 raids tonight. It's exciting. Your next tattoo. All right. They've got raid. Double raid, KB says. Oh. Okay, KB, did you raid too? I'm just like, I gotta stop here and look up the... She is planning on games and crafts both. Okay. Let's see here. I got a notice of Sarbear Crafty Gal. All right. Yes, silk. Who asked that? KB Fibers. Ooh, silk, yes. 100% mulberry. Now, that's okay, Sawbear. Thank you again. Have a good supper. Cheeto silk, Veggie says. See, this is why she says Cheeto silk. It's crocking onto my fingers, and we figure it's just like Cheetos. I've been very, very careful not to lick my fingers. Did you raid? I didn't see it. I didn't get a notice. But double raid, yes. That's so cool. I'm up to 13 viewers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. You rated her, and then she rated you. Oh. Well, that's cool. I want to write her name down. I need to go follow her later. Your next tattoo, do you stream? I'll find out when I go look y'all and see if I can follow you. She is just starting out. Boy, we know how that feels, don't we? It is soon going to be a year for me. I started out with last Turtle Fleece, so... And I know it's, I think, a year for you. Or maybe it's more years than that. I don't know. Tasty yarn. Tasty. It is, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to spin. You're at 1.5 years. Oh, okay. Infinite's mine. Hi, you came with the raid. Welcome. Thank you for saying hello. What would I knit with this yarn? That's a real good question. I was pondering that out loud earlier. Like I said, it has to be something really, really wonderful. And I doubt I would knit it with anything else, and it would probably be a very decorative cowl that I would wear, or maybe a real thin scarf that I would wear when I dress up. But I'm open to suggestions. Anybody has ideas, because I will not have enough for a shawl. I mean, that would be the obvious choice if I had yardage, but I won't have enough. I only purchased 4 ounces when I bought this, so I won't get the yardage. Thank you, Infinite's Mind, for the follow. I appreciate it, everybody. I'm up to 185, heading towards 200. I put a long date on there. Actually, my 1-year anniversary is the 26th of July. So I hope I hit it by then. KB says you could use other yarns for it for the shawl and make your the pop of color. Yes, absolutely. I have a few purse patterns that are the tiny little handbags you carry when you dress up. And I was thinking about that with maybe some beads, so I'd have a beaded bag. Was really truly what I had sort of settled on. I have antique ones that I carry when I dress up. They're, beaded bags that I've found in the Goodwill and things like that. They're a little beat up though. They show their age. They're not all new and fancy. Hubby and I go on cruises and we do dress up for the evening. So always need a little something to carry for room key and that sort of thing. Don't know that I'm going to get 2 ounces on here though. I've seen people really load the bobbin, but I just don't know if it becomes a problem spinning it with that much weight on it. Silk is kind of heavy. Yes, I'm going to definitely wash it with some vinegar. And the dyer I got it from was very good. Very, very reliable, dependable, and I believe that even trying that didn't take care of all this, which is another reason I don't really want to wear it around my neck, I suppose, in a cowl. End up with an orange neck. But, yes, I will give it its acid bath. See, silk dyes with it dyes with a different dye than acid dyes. That's why I'm saying I'm pretty sure I know what she used because I've dyed silk too. And there's, I think, Procyon or Treenway sell specific silk dyes. I'm going to Google that as soon as I finish this little strip. I have some, in my dye box. I mostly dyed silk fabric. I'm sorry. I meant to say like silk hankies fabric and scarves with it as opposed to fiber. But I did. And when I said silk hankies, I didn't mean the kind you spin. I mean the kind you blow your nose with. But I also did do the silk hankies that you spin with it too. But I forget where I got it. Excuse me a minute while I look. Because Jacquard. Okay, there we go. And Dharma has it too. Okay, they say acid dyes are good. Okay, it is an acid dye. I misspoke. I apologize. It is an acid dye. They say that's the best to use. So the vinegar should work real good. Okay. Alrighty. Don't have too much more to go here for this. This is a 1/2 ounce that I have been spinning. Oh yeah, the battery's on. Let's go. You guys use a battery with your Nano? You got an idea how many hours you get out of it? If I figure 2 hours on a stream, I probably have used the battery an hour, but I was going to try and go ahead and run it down, charge it, because it's brand new. I mean, I've just been using it on its first charge. More than 4? Okay. Alright, thanks, Veggie. Uh-oh, it's not pulling in. Okay. It just gets this fit every now and then where it won't pull in. And then my twist runs, or builds up and doesn't run down. Veggie says, I don't recall, but I think it could be 6, but definitely more than 4. Okay. All right. You gonna be happier? Well, maybe one. Don't want that way. I have to finish this by mid-August because I'm going to submit it to the state fair. One of the categories is 100% non-man-made non-wool. So it's like cotton, flax, silk. And then another category is 100% man-made. So that's your bamboo and that sort of thing. Which actually I don't have anything yet for that. And I can't even remember. I may not have. I knew I was doing the silk, so I may not have put myself in that. You have to say which categories you're going to be bringing stuff for ahead of time, so I may not put myself in there. One of the years was for, one of the categories is knit something with hand spun yarn. And in the spinning section of the judging. And one of the years I had done a teapot cozy. I loved it. It turned out really good. It was all these different colors that I had dyed. But it just didn't look right just to take the cozy. So I took teapot and all. And when I went to turn it in, and they're like, "Why'd you bring a teapot?" Well, I said, because you take it off the teapot, you can't tell what it is. It just looks like they might think it's a hat. Anyway, it got a second place. So I was glad I took the teapot in, and I didn't, they said, is that teapot antique? It'll get, we don't want it to get broken. I said, don't worry about it. I said, just don't break it, but don't worry about it. And then another category is dyed fiber, which I think is pretty cool that they have that category judging in the state fair. And it's always a challenge I don't do braids. I could, because I want it to be fiber I processed. I usually comb top. I usually dye the fiber and then comb top, which means I have all these little nests to put into some kind of form of organization to present, right, for the judge. It's harder than you think to make it look good. The year I got first place, I had 6 different colors in comb top of Shetland that I called Summer Bouquet. It even had green and, you know, so it was a theme, right? It was a theme dye theme. Hi, Jane Wing. Yes? You want I have it all done. I get to play with silk. This is my reward. I said it earlier, so sorry those of you who heard it, but every single fiber I spun for the Tour de Fleece was natural colored wool. From white to gray to the caracol, which was sort of a reddish brown. So yeah, tired of it. Um, I showed the CBM skeins, but that was before the raid. I really don't know if I'm going to try and put more on this bobbin after this little bit because it is just feeding on. Yes, the yardage is not sufficient for, because it's a 10 wraps per inch. I'm going to have to add another type of spin with it, but I have over the required grams of fiber spun to qualify for the Twitch team sweater spin. So, it's just, I was more interested in getting the weight spun than I was yardage. I gotta post it yet. I don't know if you're on Team Twitch on Discord or not, but I'll post it on my Discord too. All Crafty said, I got some different hooks for my Nano. I didn't like the middle ones. Yes, I'm agreeing with you on it, very much so. It just isn't the best system. And I may consider doing that. Here's my notebook. This is where everything gets written. Not there though. Where is it? It's in Stash Dash. Okay, the sweater spin was 17 point requirement was 17.5 ounces or 500 grams, and my light CBM, which I had 8 bats of that, was 289 grams, and my dark CVM, which I had 15 bats of, was 457 grams for a total of 746 grams. So I got 246 more grams spun than the requirement. On the other hand, the yardage, where did I put that? Put it under turtle fleece here. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-ply skeins of 2-ply. Okay, 10 wraps per inch. I have 756 yards. That's interesting. 746 grams and 756 yards. I know, different ones, right? But anyway. So yes, I made the sweater spin requirement based on that. They don't really care about yardage. Okay, you're gonna look for the pictures. Okay. All Crafty said, did I hear you say something about a battery for the Nano? I was on the phone. I love my battery for the Nano. I am using this one. This is the second time that I'm using it. I did just get it, and I was just asking how long people are getting time-wise. I think it's going to be really, really good because I'm pretty sure I've gotten at least 3.5 hours out of it already. Veggie says, I feel like the only one who doesn't mind the metal sliders. You feel like you're the only one. I didn't mind it until I got so much on the bobbin. When I was first starting this, I didn't mind them at all. I thought, oh, these are fine, you know. It seems to want to be fussy about winding on the thicker areas. And All Crafty says, I got some purple glittery ones. I know, I went to a knit get together. I'm going to stop spinning. I'm done spinning for the day, I think. I went to a last Wednesday, not this week's Wednesday, the week before. I went to a knit get together, and 3 of the people were ladies were spinning, and they had their, not this size, the next size up, Sparrow, maybe. No, it wasn't a Daedalus. It was a Nano. Anyway, tricked out with little twinkle lights, you know, and the glitter clips, and yeah, they really did trick them out good. Well, where are you getting them? If you're getting other hooks, where are they getting them? On the same website, or? I mean, I got the battery on Amazon. I think Veggie, gave me the snore timers. Never heard that. Okay. Thank you. I'll check that out. I have this much left to spin. I'm spinning it. I need to do that. I can't stop with that little bit left. And then I have to figure out See, I have another ½ ounce to spin, and this is going to be hard to ply. If I said I have 2½ ounces to spin. I was going to put another ½ ounce on here. I don't know. Maybe if I'm not having been spinning for the last 2 hours, maybe it'll go better. I can get that last ½ ounce on there. They have screw-on bobbins too. Oh, that sounds intriguing. Instead of... You have to change the flyer for that? It's a whole flyer system? Okay, they're going to mute me if I play this. I gotta get rid of this. Why in the world does Pretzel have well-known music? You know, that was a song everybody's going to recognize. Your bobbins come apart too easily? Oh dear. It's just screw on instead of snap on. Okay. I'll take a look at that too. Right at the moment, it's perfectly happy. But she says she doesn't mind the metal sliders, but then she fights with it. But that's alright. I'm going to be very curious what the spinning judge says about what I spin on here, because they don't know what you spin it on, but they're very opinionated about having the twist equal. And all the years that I've been spinning to be judged at the state fair, anything I spin on an electric spinner gets the comment, you know, singles uneven in twist. Because what happens is when you're spinning with a treadle, your brain will communicate between your feet and your hands better than it does with the electric. The electric, even though you think it is consistently turning, and it is consistently turning, will give you a consistent twist, your brain doesn't draft in sync with it. At least mine doesn't. I say you, but I'm talking about me. And I know that's where it comes from. And plying is exactly the same thing. When you're treadling, you can count treadles and get a very consistent twist angle and everything when you're plying. Can't do that with an electric. Just my little opinion about spinning for spinning judges. I don't know why I'm such a glutton for punishment, but I do it every year. I'll tell you why. As an exhibitor, you get cheaper tickets, and hubby and I like to go to the fair a number of times during its 10-day run. So cheaper tickets is better. He always says, "What are you going to put in the fair this year?" And I always say, "What are you going to put in the fair this year?" Don't make me do all the work. But it is time for me to close. Wonder if anybody's on that we can raid. Maybe Snyder's on. Snyder Spindle. I raided them last time. But I need to eat, and I need to go on and get some other stuff done, and I most importantly need to call my mom, because I haven't been able to talk to her today yet. All right. We'll kill the music, and let me bring up Twitch. I don't see any. There's a I don't see any fiber. There's a making a junk journal. Anybody have any suggestions? I don't have anything on my list that's really... What does Megan of All Trades do? I'll go check her out, see what she's doing.
Months. I even bought it.
Oh, she's knitting.
For my computer so I could play it on stream.
Megan of All Trades, okay? She's knitting.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like hand spun. I don't know.
Certain textures are good. Yeah, I've definitely had friends and people say, like, certain behaviors of mine are
all right, guys.
And I agree.
I will be back tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what time. I keep trying to say a time, and it's never right, so I am not going to say. I'll be here when
But
I'm here.
I definitely can
And
see
Sunday
how
I will
other
definitely be
things
here
I
my
have
normal
together. When
time,
I get
3 to 5 in the
really
afternoon.
over anxious, I also like I'll do like
Oh wait, she's got dashes in her name.
I'll do certain kinds of stim things. So I don't know. I don't know. Why do people do that to you?
Wonder if there's an S on it. Probably.
Website called Yarn Sub where you can look up a yarn and it'll find similar yarns. Interesting. I will have to look into that. Oh, don't cry.
Okay, it worked.
You're not alone.
So,
You're so not alone.
see ya.
That's
You
why
all have a good night.
That's why I feel
Stay
like
safe.
these conversations are
Come back.
so important
Talk to you later.
to have.
Happy spinning.
Because I know I've had people come in here and be like, oh my god, wait, you do that